All right, here we go. We are on our way. So, let me get this set up. Okay, we're gonna do the boardwalk today. This is the beach, and this is our boardwalk, and I'm gonna show you how to make it. Okay, from what we've done before, we have already. Actually, I'm gonna squinch this down. If you notice, I have a different background. That's because I'm in Utah playing with my brand new little baby grandson. All right, but I do have to work on here. Okay, so these are all the things that you're going to need for your kit. Okay, we're going to do this, and I have gone ahead and done all of the prep work for it. So that all of them are inked, all of them are chalked. Well, okay, I didn't do it, but Steve did it, and he did a really good job. So he's gone around all the outside edges, and he has inked and chalked and done all the pen work all around the outside edges. Okay, so we have all of this. These are all of the items we're going to use. A couple of buttons. These are the fibers we're going to use, a green thread, a twine, and then these are the tools we're going to use. Let me slide it over here. I'm on this beautiful English table that when my mom passes away, I get. Not that I'm hurrying her any, but it's not going to be my table. Okay, now I've straightened it out for posterity so everybody knows. Okay, these are the colors we're going to use. This is not pink cheeks. It's really gray, some kind of gray.
Coal mine.
Coal mine. It's called coal mine. Sorry, we just put the wrong cap on it. You're going to need desert sun. Coconut. That's not coconut either. That's a light yellow. We better sunset. You need a latte, amaretto. We dumped all of our inks, so that's why we don't have all the names on them right. Barn board, and this is coconut. Okay, those are the colors you're going to need. You're going to need Fantastics for them. If you want Fantastic daubers and you have them shipped with your kit, they're just $1.50 each. We can send them out and it won't cost you any shipping. Okay, so I think we're all ready. These are my tools, and we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is kind of the hardest. It is the most complicated, but it's not that hard. Okay, you're going to need a cutter board for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my boardwalk. We want this boardwalk to turn into this. Okay, this is a boring boardwalk. This is a really cool boardwalk. So we're going to turn this into that. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut it like this all the way across. But let me warn you, this is the back side of it. It's going to be a bear to put together. So I'm going to mark it like this on the back side so that when I put it back together, I have it in the right order. Okay, I'm going to show you what I mean in a little bit. There's not really a right or wrong. I'm just chopping. After you have cut, and you'll do both sides, but trust me, I would only do one side at a time, or you're going to be sitting there trying to match up this great puzzle. Okay, so I've chopped this all up. Let's set this down. I chopped this all up. And now we're going to put it back together because we are going to need it to be in the right order. I know, because I actually did this twice because I really messed up on it the first time. Okay. So, I'm trying to think. Okay, now you can see why I told you to mark it. Here we go. Nope. Wow. Trust me, it does go back together. I love puzzles, so this is okay for me, but Oh, man, come on. Okay, now y'all are going to hate me because obviously you're going to struggle. No, maybe you're smarter than me. Yeah, you can. Oh my gosh. Okay. Kind of, here we go. Here we go. These two are going to go together. This one's going to go right there. Oh, I'm getting it. Look, I'm getting it. And I know these three are going to go here somehow. Oh, you have to be smarter than the thing. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's working. Okay. Now you know why I said to do it. Because even super gel messes up. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. And these are going to go over here somewhere. Somehow. No, this one goes in here. Oh, wow. Okay. Perfect. Good enough for me and the guys I used to date. I wasn't all that picky. Okay. There we go. See what I meant? And if you didn't do this, trust me, it would be a pain in the absolute rear end. Okay, so we're going to want to turn it over because this will go down on this one. And then this will be on the bottom edge. You will ink and chalk each one of these and then pop them up. And you're going to put a little space in between them. See how nice they're going together now that I've stressed and done all that other part? And this is how they will go on here. Cool. Isn't that pretty cool? And then you'll do them all. The spaces in between, and they match perfectly. Okay. You will do this for both boardwalks. Done. Okay, but remember, you're going to ink and add pen work all along the cuts that we just did. This will go down at the bottom of the blue page where you use the blue paper. But I want you to be able to see it really well. Okay. All right. And then the other one, like this. And now the other one we're going to make where it would connect to it. So it's going to go in this direction. And we're going to do it the same way, but I'm not going to sit here and stress over that right now. Okay? So you have your boardwalk in. It's all popped up. You're going to need a lot of pop-up blue dots. I got one pop-up blue dots on each one of those. Okay? That's our boardwalk. Now we're going to do our beach sign. Okay, it's the dark. You have lots of posts here, but we're going to use the dark post for the beach sign. And it's going to go like this. So I'm going to add some lines so that it looks like the beach. So this actually is kind of a shadowed because it's, 3D. It was never my strong point at the art school, trust me. Okay, so now we kind of have a 3D. We're going to add a little bit of dots and dashes here to add. This kind of is a board that goes across, meets up here. This one goes across. So we're just adding a little bits here and there. We're not going to color it, doing the whole thing because we're going to want to write beach this way. So I'm going to take my brown and my brown dogger, which is this one. These last forever. All you have to do is wash them out and then let them dry, and then you can use them for your next project. So if it was me, I would get a 6 or 8, and it will do you well for all of your kits, because then they'll dry out and you can reuse them in different colors. Okay, I'm going to use, I'll color it in a little bit darker for my 3D part. Cool. Okay, so now it looks more like the board that we're going to put it on. And I'm going to write, and I'm going to use a little bit thicker pen. And I'm going to write beach this way. We're still not done. I got one more thing this way. Okay, now we really want to make it look like weathered, because if it's on the beach, trust me, it looks weathered. So we're going to crimp. And still get crimpers from us. We have some left. If you want, you just email us and we'll send them on our way. There you go. Oh, whoops. Got to do our post. It's sitting out there doing what it's supposed to do. That was a bad pun. Sorry. Okay. Here's our beach this way. All right. So we would go ahead and pop it up. A couple of pop-up glue dots. Pop it up on my post. So a little tiny bit peeks over the top and the other. Okay. Then what we would do is we're going to add this. We're going to do this little grouping here. So we're going to add our anchor and we're going to add the biggest of this yellow shell. Okay, the anchor, I have inked with white. And then I'm going to add my dots and dashes with the white pen. And you don't have to do all around it, but it kind of looks a little boring if you don't. Okay, so I'm going to do some dots and dashes with my white pen around it, and I want to circle in the middle. Otherwise, how would you hook it onto the chain? Okay, and do this, go up here, and little arrow points. You don't want to use a really, really fat white pen or it will just all be basically pen work and you won't see the black anchor. Okay, so we'll have our blank anchor. It's going to be on top here. And then we're going to do our fan shell, our largest fan shell. Okay, so I'm going to go in kind of down, not all of them, but kind of sort of on the, some dots and dashes going down because it's a fan shell. I didn't grow up on the beach, so my husband tells me this is what they look like. And then I want to add some just little dots all around because it's had a rough ride in the ocean. Okay, I'm going to take my desert sun and my dauber for desert sun, and then I'm going to go on these. And it adds just a little bit of color, maybe a little bit down here. Perfect. And of course, we're going to crimp. Crimp it a couple different directions, and then when you smooth it out, it has really nice cross hatching stuff in it. Okay, so here is our one thing. The only thing we're missing now is our green seaweed. So we're going to take this and we're going to cut it in some different pieces. Let's see, I got probably 3 there. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to just tie a couple of knots in each one. Okay, kind of towards the top. For one, I'll put another knot in it. There you go. And then you're going to tack those down. And you're going to have 3 of them that will have the knots in it. Great. Okay, so that's that setting. We've done it. We're going to do the grouping of this huge white shell, the pink conch shell, and the starfish. The seaweed is the same. That's going to be here. The starfish is easy because we're just going to add a bunch of dots to it. And so I'm going to add some dots because they're very textured. And I didn't add any extra ink on the starfish. Okay, the conch shell, I want to do it so it's easy for you guys. So what I did is I have blown up pictures of all of these on the site. Okay, so I'm going to go, we'll go like this. Down, 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 okay? And then I'm going to go And then this one is from here, and kind of go up and up. Okay. And then this is how conch shells kind of are. I'm going to add some sections. Okay. And it doesn't have to be exactly all of the sections, everything in there. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of color. You know what? I think I'm going to use this color. I use barn board. Never mind. Barn board, like I said. Okay. And I'm going to add just a little bit of color. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Just along the lines we've drawn. Okay. Just add a little bit. Okay. On this shell, this one is, I have no idea what these shells are. I'll just pretend I know. Okay, this one's going to go up like this and down. I don't know. Let's just name it. Let's call it a, I don't think it's a sand dollar. Okay, a spiral. That's what we'll call it. Oh, good. Good job. Okay, we're going to go add some dots. And dots. Cool. Now we're going to add, we'll do the yellow. What color did you say the yellow was, Steve? Sunset? Okay. I think I want a little bit darker now too, so I'm going to make a desert sun one too. Okay, cool. Now guess what we're going to do? We are going to go on now. Okay, then we're going to crimp all three of these, and then we're going to add them, and that's our second grouping. Okay, now I'll crimp them some more. I want lots of crimps on these guys. Crimp. Okay, I love crimping. Okay, there we go. Flatten them out so we can see all the crimps. Like this. Okay. All right. So this is how we're doing it. And these are the three we have down here. Okay. Cool. And perfect. And then you're going to do a little bit of seaweed. I added some seaweed here in this section. And these are, they're the same thing. This one's a little skinny spiral. This is the little fan shell, and then another, whoops, the starfish doesn't go there. We're going to do this shell. Okay, so let me just show you the lines really quick on these, just so that you can understand it. And I see you're just connecting these lines. And this one, we're going to go, yep, like this. Okay, just so you can see. And then you're going to ink it just like we did the other one. This one, we're going to put a big line down the middle because it is an opening there. And then these are actually spikes. So I'm going to make some spikes. Okay, see how it makes a real difference? Then I would go ahead and I would ink this and ink these lines that I just did. You're going to do your fan shells again, just like we did before. Make sure you add some pen drops all over it, all over, even more than I'm doing now. And then you're going to ink them. And then I did not crimp this one, but I did crimp these. Okay, so these are all of your, I haven't done my dots on this guy yet. Okay, except for crimping, this is what your shells will look like. Okay, and then you're going to add your color right through here. Add your color, and then I didn't crimp this one. I wanted it to be more smooth, and I did crimp these three. Okay, The only thing we have left to do is this little grouping here that is 3 posts, some twine, a captain's wheel, and then that one last starfish that we did. Okay, so you're going to take your 3 of these, and you're not really going to see much of anything on these. You can go ahead and do some dots and dashes. When I was doing this, I did some things like this on it, but then you don't see it, so there's no reason to do it. Okay, so I'm going to add dots and dashes just because it makes it look more textured. Okay, and then I'm going to crimp this. You got to crimp them. I'm going to crimp these so that they're horizontal first, because the last crimp I want on them is going to be vertical, because I want them to look more vertical than they look horizontal. So, and this makes it happen if you do it last. Whatever the last crimp is what makes it the most. Okay. All right. So smooth them out. See how they have the nice crimping. And then we're going to group it as a group. Okay. So it's like that. Whoops. I think it's like that. And I'm going to go ahead and attach these together. This is the one thing I'm going to show you next. Okay. So we're going to put this here and this like this. And then we're going to take our twine. Okay. We're going to want to put this across the back side like that. And then we'll bring it across the front, go around again, bring this one across the front and around again. And then we're just going to tie it in a big old sloppy knot. Nothing fancy, just a knot, just like that. And then we're going to trim our edges. Cool, cool. Now it's like on the pier. It's sitting right there, and this guy's going to be in front. Our captain's wheel is going to be there. Some more seaweed. We're going to add our 2 buttons, and the last thing we're going to do is our crane. So let me show you the extra lines we're going to add on our crane. I'm going to do a mouth, and then I'm going to add some lines here for the, yes, we want our feathers to show up just a little bit. And then this is what I'm going to use my gray coal mine ink for, and just a little bit on these. Right along there, a little bit here, a little bit here, maybe a little bit to differentiate the mouth. Okay, and then I give him an eye, and he is going to sit atop our posts. Okay, then I'm going to add some green seaweed, and that's it. Sweaty. Okay, I'm glad you enjoyed it, or I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And what we're going to do is, I want you to, if you don't have this kit, if you didn't have it shipped, you can always come back and watch the video on it. I'll show it to you one more time, all fixed up and done. Okay, you can go on here, and if you're not a member of our club, we'd love for you to be a member of our club. So if you want to sign up, join, we'd love to have it. Give us a try, sign up, and buy a kit, and we'll give you a kit free just for trying this out if you're not a member. Go to this YouTube channel we're on. If you will like us, follow us, and then you will see, and subscribe, and you will see the kits that are coming up. And then on Facebook, if you like us on there and whatever, we notify you every time we do a live. So you'll want to do that. Okay, thanks guys. Appreciate it.